Alright, so today we are going to review what we learned about yesterday. This is going to be entitled our notes 4.3, the area of trapezoids. So if we remember back to the beginning of the chapter when we talked about our different kinds of quadrilaterals, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. Okay? So today we are going to review. Yesterday we were able to derive or come up with the formula, the area formula for a trapezoid. So let's review a little bit. So if we have a trapezoid like this, you drew some in your notes yesterday. Okay, we're going to review, draw another one in your notes. Yours should look somewhat like mine. Okay, and we are going to we're going to label our trapezoid. Okay, so this is always going to be base 1. The bottom is always going to be base 2. And then I'm going to have my height I'm going to take one of the top corners, drop it down to the base, and that is going to be my height. Every now and then you will see these figures and they will be turned up on their side. Okay, I always remember it by the base 1. I'm always just going to use my short side. Okay, and it's always going to be the straight sides. We're never going to be using these diagonals just like on triangles or anything else. Okay, we're using the straight sides, the two sides that are parallel. So the two sides that are parallel will be my base 1 and base 2. I typically choose the shorter side as my base 1 and the longer side as my base 2. So the area formula for a trapezoid is going to be A equals our base 1, which I'm going to put in parentheses, plus my base 2, close parentheses, times my height divided by 2. You will also see the area formula of a trapezoid very similar. A equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, we have to remember that multiplying these by 1/2 is the exact same as dividing by 2. So don't let that confuse you or trip you up. I would just pick one and stick with it. I like to typically just divide by 2. I think that's a little bit more simple, but either one is fine. So let's use an example here. So if we have an example of, let me go back to my green. In this one, I'm going to give you a trapezoid that looks more like this. So we have this time a right angle here. So now here's my trapezoid. My base 1 is 10 feet. My base 2, this bottom side, remember the two that are parallel, the bottom side is 15 feet, and my height is going to be 12 feet. So if I'm going to plug that into a formula, we get A equals my base 1, so 10, let's get that in parentheses, 10 plus base 2 is 15, multiply by my height, which is 12, all over 2. Okay, so now area equals 10 plus 15 is 25 times 12 divided by 2. Area equals, make sure that our form is moving down. Okay, we don't want to be working our way across with our problem. Each step should work its way down. Okay, getting simpler and simpler as we go. Alright, so 25 times 12. 25 times 12 is going to give us 300. Okay, so we have 300 divided by 2, and my final answer is A equals 150 feet squared. Alright, I want you to practice one. Okay, I'm going to give you a practice example to try. When you finish, I want you to come check it off with me, and then I will let you go and get a little bit of practice on your own. So my last figure, or trapezoid, is going to be something like this. Okay, so I have my base 1 is going to be 5, my base 2 is going to be 9, and my height is going to be 4. Okay, I would like you to give me the area formula for a trapezoid. I want you to give me the expression with the numbers plugged in, and then I want you to show me step by step how you came up with the area of this trapezoid. Don't forget your label. I hope that this was helpful, and now we know how to find the area of a trapezoid.